I'm Cindy on 96.1 The Eagle. I am honored to have Chris Brown on the phone. You know Chris, he's the founder of Record Store Day. Chris, where are you from?
I grew up in South Utica.
When did you leave Utica?
After high school, I went to college in Maine, where I live now. Never really found my way back.
How did you end up working at a record store?
Well, I had applied at several when I was in high school in Utica, but couldn't get a job. The place where I worked, Bull Moose, was founded by a guy who went to my college. His summer job was to open a record store, kind of volunteered a bit, and then eventually got a real job there.
When you were back in Utica, you were already applying at record stores, so you had the love for vinyl, what, from high school?
Going back to, I don't know, I was 2 or 3. I had a bunch of 45s. Yeah, so I've always been into records.
You are credited with coming up with the whole idea for Record Store Day, and congratulations on that, because it is a big deal.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
How did that come about?
Well, 9 years ago, you may remember that was when a lot of chain stores were closing. We all kind of came to the realization all at once that we're doing okay. It was this unsung story that people were still buying loads and loads of music, CDs mostly. I just thought that we needed to kind of wave that flag and celebrate it, but really more as a customer appreciation event. And it would just seem more fun if every store did it all on the same day.
So you were hoping for it to be an annual event. You just didn't realize it was going to get as big as it is now.
Right. I thought that it would be a couple hundred stores in the U.S. The first year was something like 500, and now this year there'll be 2,300 worldwide. Utica record stores and stores that I shopped in growing up, which are all in, the Mohawk Valley or out to Syracuse, really influenced my idea of what a music store ought to be, and sort of my memory of those stores is kind of what influenced or inspired Record Store Days. When we started it, I was thinking about places like Record Realm, which was on Court Street in Utica, a great used record store. It was the first used record store I ever went to in my 10th grade. It totally meant a lot to me. The Last Unicorn, which I think lasted into maybe 2000 or the early 2000s, was another really, it had a big impact on me in my thinking of what should a store be. There was this little place on Auburn Street next to the Grand Union off of, anyway, it's a Price Chopper now, I think. But anyway, Reptile Records, I think it was called. That was one of the places I tried to get a job at where I didn't. But I just remember those stores so well. So when we were coming out with Record Store Day, I didn't even know that Off-Center Records existed. I knew of the Soundgarden in Syracuse, of course, because I'm just friends with the owner and see him a couple times a year. So when we started hey, there's these stores all over the place that need recognition, I didn't realize I was thinking of Off-Center Records, but in a way I was. But, I knew that there were cool stores all over the place that people hadn't heard of that really deserved more attention. And it just so happened that I was visiting family right before the first Record Store Day and stopped in there and talked to John, the owner, and we realized that he used to work at Record Realm, which was the store I used to love. So there's that connection now. It all kind of comes full circle, where sort of through Record Store Day, I've been able to reconnect with sort of my youth of standing in record stores and trying to look at every record in the store.
Do you think Record Store Day is inspiring the vinyl resurgence that's really huge right now?
Yeah, I think it did. It started right before that, right before the resurgence was the first Record Store Day, and so the resurgence kind of followed. I think that what happened was we didn't have this huge slew of hundreds of special releases the first Record Store Day, and I kind of thought it would be more about artists and events. But what happened was record companies, after seeing how much fun it was, they really wanted to be involved. And so what do record companies do? How can they be involved? Well, what do they release CDs and records. I mean, that's it. So, and especially there are people like Jimi Hendrix and the Doors who can't really, the Dead can't show up. Half of them can. No, but I'm totally serious.
Yes.
So Jimi Hendrix is always the Jimi Hendrix release for Record Store Day, and we all wish he was still playing music